Hi, kids. Okay, on this day in film history for July 31st, let's just talk about the obvious to start. Paul Reubens died today, born in 1952, which means he was 70 when he died. Apparently, he had had cancer for the last 6 years, kept it private. We've seen that more and more often recently, right? Kept it quiet, didn't tell anybody. That's what he succumbed to. Um, yeah, it's Pee Wee Herman. I barely remember watching Pee Wee's Playhouse as a child. Didn't really watch Pee Wee a lot. Watched Big Top Pee Wee when I was little, but again, barely remember it. Seen Reubens in things. Was a big fan of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie when it came out. He's a vampire in that. But I have to admit, my main memory for Paul Reubens was in 1991 when he was arrested for playing with his big top Pee Wee in a pornographic movie theater. All the fallout from that. Yeah. Anyways, I'm not overly familiar with Paul Reubens, so I won't say much more. But if you are, you can comment. Moving on to somebody else who also has had some legal troubles. Born on this day in 1962, Wesley Snipes. Makes him 61 years old today. He is, of course, Blade, or maybe you know him from White Man Can't Jump, or New Jack City, or Tu Wong Fu. Uh, Lots of roles to pick from Wesley Snipes. He served 2 years tax evasion. I think 2011, 2013. He's out of the slammer now. Anyways, Wesley Snipes, happy birthday to him. Let's talk about some films. 1968, on this day, Hang 'em High was released. I like Hang 'em High. There's two type of people in this world. There's those who like Clint Eastwood westerns, those that don't. I like Clint Eastwood. I like westerns. I like Clint Eastwood westerns. This one directed by Ted Post. I like the ones that Clint directed, but this one's good too. I think this might be my favorite non-Clint directed Clint Eastwood western. Ted Post also was a director on Rawhide, and he also directed Clint in Magnum Force, part of the Dirty Harry series. 1987, we have the release of The Lost Boys. If anyone tells you that Joel Schumacher is a bad director, say, what about The Lost Boys? 1987, you got this great cast. You got both the Coreys, right? You got Haim and Feldman, Jason Patric leading the way, Kiefer Sutherland, Alex Winter. So I just recently learned a cool fact. I think it's cool. Jan Fisher, she originally wrote Lost Boys, the original writer for it, inspired by Peter Pan. While she was writing it, her boyfriend at the time was Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger. So Freddy Krueger's girlfriend wrote The Lost Boys. There you go. Let's talk about 1991, the release of Hot Shots, directed by Jim Abrahams, who also directed and co-wrote with the Zuckers Airplane and Top Secret. Special category of films here. Of course, this has Charlie Sheen and Carrie Ills, or you say Elves? Eels? Claw? Also, Lloyd Bridges, controversial opinion here, the best Bridges. And John Cryer's in this too. So we got Charlie Sheen and John Cryer. Quite a lot before we have Two and a Half Men. Then, last film I'll mention, 1992, is the release of Death Becomes Her, directed by Robert Zemeckis, starring Meryl Streep, Goldie Hawn, and Bruce Willis. Industrial Light and Magic did the special effects, the visual effects for this film quite well. The film is prominently known for that. So there we have it. July 31st, film history. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. See you tomorrow.